Well, we at KITV know him as our political pundit, but Neal Milner is also a professor and an author, and he's got a new book. It's called The Gift of Underpants, Stories Across Generations and Plays. Good morning, Neal.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in this morning. Okay,
Sure.
I think first of all, you need to explain the title.
Well,
The Gift of Underpants.
Well, I should say that if you go on Google, it's listed right above sexy underwear, but that's not what it's about. It's really about something more serious. It's the title story. It's the title story of the book. This book is a lot about connections between people in families where the generations are far apart. And when I grew up and when I moved here, which is far away from my family, and I raised my family here, underwear from my parents and my in-laws would be a sort of omiyage that you would get sent, and it became, and so the story is really why something like underwear becomes a gift, a way of holding families together. And it turns out that it's a very common sort of thing that people exchange. It's a safe gift.
Okay, so you'll use it.
You'll use it, and it's an easy way to hold generations together. Even when you don't know exactly what your children are doing, your adult children, you can always bring them some kind of underwear. So that's what the story is about, and it has that serious theme of connections about it.
So it's a collection of short stories, and it's insightful things about
it's a
families
collection. Yeah, it's a memoir in lots of ways, because most of the stories are about me or what I've seen. But it's not a chronological kind of memoir, and in some ways it's about me growing up as a Jewish kid in Milwaukee and then moving here and being a Jewish guy in Hawaii for the last 40 years. So that sort of enters into it. But it takes up all different life stages, how people change and how people try to hold together families over different stages of their lives.
So it's something that we can all relate to.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure, because I basically began to write it because I always found my family to be interesting because they were ordinary. It's not that these are not stories that come from heroic people. These stories come from immigrants and how they went, and my working class family when I was growing up. So that they are something that I think people can really relate to.
Well, it looks like a lot of fun. I was kind of flipping through it, and it definitely looks like it could make you cry, make you laugh.
Yeah, it does. That's what people tell me, and it certainly did when I wrote some of it.
Oh,
and the print's big, and the book is short. So
give
it a whirl.
Reading.
Yeah, yeah.
A great gift idea too for a family member. Thanks so much, Neal. It's always good to have you in.
You bet.
And I'm sure we're going to see more of you as we get closer to the political season. So good talking with you. Well, coming up next, we've got